side of a back-to-back after they arrived in Miami at 5 a.m. after their late-night win in Houston a night ago. Now off we go, gang, on another Miami Heat NBA adventure. John, this game, again, mid-March, it has high stakes at Big Mean. Bam against Ayton, that's a good matchup. Ayton, an underrated defender. And he commits a foul in the first segment of play tonight.
Great ball fake. Bam getting Ayton totally committed up.
John, the Heat have lost 2 straight games to Orlando at home and to Charlotte the other night by third playing for something.
No, it's a great point. I think he wanted to see his team's intensity and competitive fire go up, and it didn't do that to the level. I mean, that was the largest point margin of the season in a defeat, 30 points in that last game against Charlotte.
The Heat get a steal from Bam. He took it away from Ayton. Leads Fontecchio, who finds Hero. Now it's Mitchell. The wing through. Kaboom. Good start. First 5 points for Miami. By the way, Fontecchio getting the start tonight, John. That's interesting. Just his 6th start of the season.
That means Khalil Ware will come off the bench for Miami.
And Norman Powell. Here's Luka Doncic, an MVP candidate in his first full season with the Lakers. It was their first field goal attempt of the game. Bam on a pull-up. And the rebound comes down to Ayton, the 8-year veteran out of the University of Arizona, who was the first pick by the Phoenix Suns back in the 2018 NBA draft. He's found a very nice spot in that Lakers starting group. But this is the man in L.A., Luka Doncic. Oh, he threw it away, but Ayton made the catch. Doncic, by the way, leads the league in turnovers this year. Reeves had to fling it out with the shot clock winding down. So good defense here in the game's first minute 30.
Boy, the pit bull, Davion Mitchell, really into the shooting pocket of Reeves.
Oh, Hero got past Marcus Smart, no foul, and Hero unable to finish. You know how good a defender Marcus Smart is, the 12-year veteran and a long-time Celtic. Rebound of Fontecchio. The Lakers have missed their first 3 shots. Larson on a fast track. Reads it in over Doncic. 7-0 Miami.
Right at Doncic. Off the dribble, get to that right-hand runner as Doncic backed off.
Doncic in his 8th NBA season. Short. Rebound of Mitchell. It's a 3-on-1 break. Fontecchio puts it in. Now the Lakers right now sleepwalking through the first 2.5 minutes of the game. They have fallen behind 9-0.
Boy, Doncic moving really gingerly out there. Played a lot of air to the go-to guy thrown there from LeBron with the Lakers. What a year he's had.
No question, no question. It was after the win in Houston late last night that the Lakers got together and decided they were all going to play in tonight's game. That speaks volumes about their focus. Right now, they're 3rd in the West behind just the Thunder and the Spurs, but they're only a game and a half ahead of Minnesota.
Yeah, that was the 3 major guys you're talking about in terms of LeBron, Doncic, and Reeves. So pretty special. A lot of times those guys would take off on a back-to-back. So we're seeing the Lakers at their best.
It's only their 11th back-to-back. Those guys have played in only half their back-to-backs as LeBron dunks at home. He had 6 dunks en route to his 30 points last night in the win over the Rockets.
It's just crazy how athletic LeBron has been all these years. Right now in his 23rd season, and still he leads the association in fast break points. So he's playing fast and athletic and getting out in transition. Just amazing.
Tyler on a one-legged runner. So all 5 Heat starters have scored. They're ahead by 10, 14-4. Well, LeBron James, an NBA record among many that he's had, 23 years of action in the NBA. Smart missed the light. Vince Carter had the previous record of 22 years. Hero missing a 3 in transition, and Smart looking deep for Doncic. And he lays it up. Luka Doncic, leading scorer in the NBA at 33 points per game.
He was cherry picking, hanging out. Been able to catch that ball ahead of the field for an easy 2 points. He's got to be careful and get back in defensive transition.
Tyler Hero got a great look at a wide open 3. Here's Doncic picked up by Pelle Larsson. Doncic, a big man at 6'8", 230, and appears to be in terrific shape. Playing big minutes and putting up big numbers night after night.
He's just so skilled with that ball handle.
DeAndre Ayton, rugged rebounder, averaging under 13 points and just over 8 rebounds a game.
I think he's really bought into that role, of being the rebounder and finisher on those hard backcuts.
Nice runner by Pelle Larsson. Pelle, the paint attacker, making his 46th start of his 2nd NBA season. 8-point lead. Here's Smart from the corner. Swept out by Austin Reeves. The Lakers doing a decent job offensive rebounding here early. Luka for three, nails it. Luka Doncic, number 2 in the NBA in made triples. He's got 224, trailing only Con Knipple, the rookie from Charlotte. Get a Lakers foul here.
Handling the basketball, creating his own shot.
Come in. Bam Adebayo, 104 triples on the year. His best three-point shooting season of his 9-year career. It's a 19-11 Heat lead. They already have 3 trails. Doncic steps back, nails another one. Luka went 7 of 17 from downtown last night. He's got 8 points, and Mitchell comes back. A fast break score for Miami. Davion dividing that Laker defense down the middle. With 10 paint points already, and LeBron and Reeves come out of there holding his ribs. Reeves with a tough score inside. Austin Reeves, the 5th-year man from Oklahoma. And he has really emerged. Bam makes the catch, drew the foul on LeBron James. So for the last 9 games, John, he's averaging 30 points a game and 10 rebounds a game. It's got to be an all-night effort for Miami. You can't play 2 or 3 quarters and beat a quality team like the Lakers. Jackson Hayes off the bench early. Hayes, the 7-year veteran out of the University of Texas. Roy Hachimura and Luke Kennard also in. So, John, maybe we see J.J. Redick go deeper to his bench and go earlier to the bench as he has. Doncic drawing the crowd, draws a foul as well.
That's what he does so well with his fakes, his hesitation dribbles. He draws a lot of that offensive end, handling the basketball and making plays.
Take a look at our key player profile as Doncic dials up the first of 2 free throws. How about Davion Mitchell? He's made his first 3 shots. They've been on tries. He had 7, and the Heat lead, coincidentally enough, by 7. He's made 9 of their first 13 shots. Doncic lobbing for Jackson Hayes. Could be a foul on Miami. A push.
I can handle the ball. It's not easy to play with a guy like that. You got to understand your role. You got to get to open spots and be ready to catch and shoot or cut.
Austin Reeves with a miss. Here comes Hero in the fast lane for Ben. The pull-ups, drops. And Adebayo with a 9-point first quarter. Oh, down the other end, a quick flip finds Jackson Hayes for the jam.
Got to get back in defensive transition. Lakers go right over the top.
What an assist that was from none other than Luka Doncic. 7-point Heat lead. Ball deflected into the backcourt. Beat on the shot clock. Simone. And Luka with a rebound. Hachimura. The missed 3 passes right to Tyler Hero. Mitchell working against Kennard. Norman Powell draws a quick foul on Hachimura before the shot. So Roy Hachimura with a Heat ahead 27-20. Smith inbounds for Norman Powell coming off the bench. Driving on Hachimura. And misses a tough turnaround shot in the paint. Here comes Doncic. Ball is usually in his hands. Drew Smith right in his hip pocket. Doncic lobbing for Hayes, and he was fouled by Fontecchio. Points in 16 of his first 22 games this year. Doncic picked up by Ware, steps through a double, finds an open Hachimura. That's a beautiful pass. Doncic finding a wide-open shooter. Johnny, he brings out the best in his teammates with his ball moving.
That was a double team. He passed at him.
How about Fontecchio? Nice start for Simone. He's got 7 points here in his 6th start of the season. He'd have gone 3-2 in his first 5 starts. He's averaged 9 points a game as a starter.
I just love
Drew Smith with the foul.
I love how hard Fontecchio plays, being able to play on both ends of the floor.
Simone playing in his 62nd game of his first season with Miami. Now the Lakers 3rd in the West behind the Thunder. They went 0-2 against OKC. And behind the Spurs, they lost 3 out of 4 to them. But they're a game and a half in front of Minnesota. And they won that season series 3-0. They're 2.5 up on the Rockets, and they just won 2 straight in Houston. But overall, they got the NBA's 6th best record at 44-25. They also have the 3rd longest winning streak behind the Hawks at 11 straight and the Thunder at 10 straight. Oh, red carpet treatment for Norman Powell. And that's enough to get J.J. Redick to jump on the Lakers game on Pat Riley Court. Reed and Crotty and Taché with you. Steal by Yakachonis off the inbounds. Drew Smith starts the second quarter with points off a turnover.
That is just great defense. He dogging the Lakers to start this second quarter. Full extension into the backcourt there to press up. And trying to keep the pressure on.
Against a 2-3 zone defense, LeBron James drills the 15-footer. James played 9 minutes of the first quarter of this game. He played 34 minutes last night, had 30 points and 6 slam dunks. He was like a freight train. Norman Powell against Marcus Smart. That's a rough guy to get in a wrestling match with, but Powell came out the winner.
Yeah, one-on-one, he just took him right down into the paint and shot over top of Marcus Smart.
Second 15-point lead of the first half of the Heat. We're a minute into the second quarter. Austin Reeves off the shot fake. LeBron on the cut, got fouled and scored.
He never last night in Houston in terms of efficiency. Went 13 of 14 from the field and had 30 points. Amazing what he's been able to do at 41.
Great players in NBA history, no matter what your opinion is, you've got to know he's one of the top 5 or 6 players to ever play the game. Bam, dotted line hook, short, 3 down to 8. Around the subject of a lot of the pregame conversation from both head coaches. Eric Spoelstra, who had him for 4 seasons, and J.J. Redick, who's had him for the last 2. That's a turnover on Reeves. He was very interested in some of the things Redick was saying about LeBron's competitive stamina. He called it focus and intent into his day-to-day routine. He says that's how you last, that's how you improve, and that's how you stay healthy. And he talked about his commitment to the routine and the responsibility that he takes very seriously of being one of the game's all-time greats. And, John, he represents it in the very best of ways.
I just love how he's continued to work and develop his game over the years and prepares himself every season to play at the highest levels as many times as he can. Just really impressive.
Khalil, the jump hook drops over LeBron. You know, Khalil did not.
Great start. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 or 5 shooting from the field. His teammates getting him involved with the lob action. 2-3 zone by Miami.
Eric Spoelstra calls it his change-up defense. Jake Laravia hits the 3. Well, he's 4th-year man out of Wake Forest. He got 70 triples this year. It's his first score tonight. Laravia comes up with a foul. Powell in a battle with Smart just to make the catch. Here comes Norman, takes on 8, and hits on the reverse. 6 points for a man averaging 22 a game.
That's so smart. Gets the big on the switch off. Takes 8 to the reverse side of the rim where 8 can't make the play as a shot block.
13-point Heat lead. 9 minutes left first half. That's Reeves in trouble. Smart working against Bam. Oh, he drew the foul on Bam. That's the first foul of the night on the Heat.
Marcus Smart getting to that body. He was 0 for 3. These will be his first 2 free throws.
Marcus Smart, just last year with Washington, former Defensive Player of the Year, 3 times first team all-defense. And, John, I like the way the Lakers use him, his veteran capabilities, his tenacity on defense, and his toughness helps good teams.
Well, they're a very strong offensive team, but the 3 primary guys, he brings that defensive edge that they were lacking.
Jones short on the 3. Here comes LeBron. The Lakers trailing Miami by 12. The spin. And the dish that got deflected by Bam goes out of bounds off of Laravia.
Just
will get it back.
Excellent defense. First by Kaz trying to stay in front of LeBron and kind of forcing that pass. The Heat have been able to really take control of the paint early. 34-14. 20-point advantage early here in the game. Really impressive the way they've dominated in that painted area.
Heat have shot it really well so far in the first half. 60% shooting, even with that last miss. Here comes Smart. And he draws a foul on Yakachonis. So Kaz picks up his first. The Heat have
quarters. Yakachonis showing his high basketball IQ, getting off his man to double team 8.
Luka Doncic had 12 in the first quarter. He starts the second period on the bench. And it's LeBron's turn to do some heavier lifting. Trying to back down Larson. Settles for the turnaround that drops in sweet hot.
That is a tough shot. You got him doing what you want on a tough fadeaway.
Ben tries on Laravia and draws a foul. That's the Lakers' second foul of the quarter. And taking the fewest shots per game in his career at just under 6. He helped carry the Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and those great role players to 4 straight NBA Finals, 2 rings, and a pair of MVP awards in his 4 years in Miami.
We were so fortunate getting him in the absolute prime of his career to be a 2-time league MVP and really help Miami get to those 4 finals.
Reeves cut off by Yakachonis. Oh, draws a foul with just under 5 seconds on the shot clock, and he's probably over 20 points per game. You know what? They between those three, John, they account for 78 points.
Came onto the big stage and made plays. Able to carry the team almost on his own. He averaged 39 points when he played.
40 points or more from Reeves. And imagine this young man from Newark, Arkansas, went to Wichita State for 2 years, then Oklahoma for a couple of years. Boy, he has become an NBA heavyweight. It's a 9-point Heat lead. Just over 7 minutes left here in the first half. Larson kept his pivot foot planted and missed it with great defense being applied by LeBron James. LeBron still a forceful two-way play. Ayton short on the jump hook, and Dan, boy, he had to box out and retrieve in a hustle. Davion driving on 8, put on the brakes, and put in the bucket. Oh, he screeched to a halt, then hit a little rainbow.
The big fella, Ayton, fell back, and that allowed enough window of space for Davion to shoot the little flip shot over top. He got him with the teardrop.
36 paint points in the half for the Heat. We still have 6.5 minutes to go. LeBron swings it back. Reeves, good closeout by Larson. 2 on the shot clock. This is excellent contest. You got to finish with the rebound, and they do.
I mean, the defense right now, no space for the Lakers at all. And the Heat just in their lap every time they try to catch and shoot.
Nice steal by LaRavia. Took it right away from Tyler Hero. Just the second Heat turnover of the game. Reeves. Oh, he accelerated by Hero right now. Getting blown out in Charlotte. 7 minutes left, third quarter. It's the Hornets 89 and the Magic 67. And we resume here with the Heat up 11 with 5:46 left in the half. Hero, a pullback. Ricochets off. What a rebound. Bam! What a sequence. And nothing should... Hero on the keeper. Oh, ricocheted off. And it comes down to Hayes. The Heat lead stays at 11. Under 5 minutes left in the half. It's Doncic. Oh, he just went coast to coast easily against the Heat defense. His first score in the quarter. He's got 14 points for the Lakers. Davion. Larson. Against Hachimura. Got fouled going to the basket. Boy, everything Pella does first half. By the way, I'm sorry.
You are rolling, bro.
14 fouls on the Lakers. Third on Hachimura. 21 free throws in the Heat's last 3 games. That should tell you about the force he is playing with. Heater ahead by 11. Larson has 6. Fontecchio back in. And the Heat settle back into their 2-3 zone defense. Doncic, a long one. Wow. Bottoms up. The oohs and ahs when you watch Luka. He's got 17. A steal by Doncic. Davion stole it back. Larson lobbing. Oh, intended for Kalel. What
Up over top of that 7-footer, gets knocked out of bounds.
Lakers have not had the lead in this game. Larson, great footwork in the post. Pelle Larsson with 8 points. The Heat in front by 10, and they now have 40 paint points in the first half. 40.
He just took Kennard down low and punished him with a little turnaround. Heat in the 2-3 zone here.
Doncic pull up on Pella. Rebound LaRavia. Kalel, a goaltend. LaRavia gets his second score. 8-point Heat lead. 3.5 left, second quarter. David, nice pitch. Tyler.
Oh. Man, he's had some good looks out there beyond the arc. 0 for 4 now that he has not been able to make as of yet.
And he's 2 of 9 overall, Hero is, with just 4 points in this first half. Hachimura, the good closeout by Larson. And it's a good job of shot making by Rui Hachimura.